Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the newly released Toxtricity in the Open Ultra League. We're going to have a mix between Go Battle League battles as well as friendly battles here today, as we're going to have this new Pokemon, which I was really excited about as well. This Pokemon is very unique, as it's going to have access to a very new typing, I guess. I don't think we have the poison and electric type Pokemon yet in Pokemon Go, and this type is very strong, as you're going to be able to resist quite a lot of currently very common moves, but also offensively, you're going to be able to break apart fairy type Pokemon, water type Pokemon, all the good stuff. And I have to say, this Pokemon is definitely as good as I expected it to be. This Pokemon is very strong, and you really should have this Pokemon for yourself there as well. Currently, it's only available in Japan, but you can get it through remote rates, which is also the way I got it, and I still get a lot of remote rates for this one suggested, or like sent to me, which is really nice as well from the community, so thanks for that. Maybe I'm gonna do a few more, but also it's going to be available in X for the next event, which is going to start on Monday, and of course throughout the Go Wild area. So after getting hardwood in the first battle, we're going to get hardwood in the second battle as well. We're going to have here some friendlies, some normal battles there as well. I actually can say already for like the normal battles, I went 3-1 in the Go Battle League at a really high elo range with this team here. This team is definitely amazing. This team definitely works out quite well, and I definitely enjoy this team quite a bit. As you will see here, we're going to have the matchup of Ampharos against the ground type Pokemon of Hippowdon, and this is the main reason why we have Ampharos for this team. There's this clear double weakness of ground for the Toxtricity here, which you kind of want to get rid of, or which you kind of want to bait out. So we have a Pokemon lead that's really good against ground type Pokemon. We have a Pokemon as Say-Swap, which guarantees baiting out those ground type Pokemon if they have one, and we're still going to be able to punish them. As you're going to see as well, we're going to get the realignment, which is really nice, because now Toxtricity all of a sudden goes up against the Mandibuzz, and the Mandibuzz is going to go up against an electric type here, which is not going to be ideal for them at all. Dark Bolts is, you're gonna see as well, is not going to two-shot us either. We're gonna be able to go for the bait here, and the opponent is going to call that one, making it impossible to win this battle here, as well as the opponent can go still for another Dark Bolts. Gonna get me low, gonna get the knockout actually, and they're going to have a hard counter with Tentacruel in the back there as well. But trust me, battles are going to get way better. And so we're going to have here the Golurk against an lead, which is a very nice lead for us. This is going to be very good for us, as we're going to be able to just go for those Leaf Blades while our fast move is double resisted. Their fast move is single resisted as well here, and their charge moves are all kind of neutral. In comes the Shadow Punch, which you're going to shield up. We can go for Leaf Blade. They're going to catch this move onto their own Ampharos, which is fine, because Ampharos usually does not run a move at all that's going to be able to do super effective damage against me. And with this, I am going to be able to overfarm by quite a bit, giving us a huge advantage for the next matchup as well. Here we're gonna be able to even swap onto our own Ampharos. We want to have a double weakness to ground in the back, and so what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to force the opponent into the Golurk against this loaded Ampharos, and I get a ton of energy for this matchup as well. Sadly, they still get to the Brutal Swing here, which is going to put us into a range where they will be able to just Mud Slap us down with just one move with their Golurk, but we're still going to be able to force their final shield. They decide to go ahead and go into the Weezing, and we're still locked into this matchup, but only for a few seconds, as we can now swap out into the Toxtricity, and Toxtricity is going to be able to resist the fast move from the opponent, take neutral damage from a Brutal Swing, but like the hardest hitting moves for this Pokemon, like it would be Overheat basically, maybe Overheat would be enough to knock us out, but we can go for the Wild Charge here. This is going to be guaranteed enough to knock them out. It is just so much damage. In comes the Golurk again, 2 fast moves, we are gonna go down. That is fine, because now Leaf Blade is gonna get spammed at the opponent, and they have to basically hit a dynamic punch against us to knock us out as well, which will never happen. So, next opponent, another Golurk in the lead, another great matchup for us. Let's see what the opponent's gonna do here. They decide to stay in still as well. Here, of course, we don't do fast move pressure, but we're gonna do a lot of charge move pressure. Especially as Leaf Blade is one of the best moves that you can run in the Go Battle League right now. Just generally speaking, like, this is one of the best charge moves with 70 damage for 35 energy, which is one like the cheapest move that you can possibly get with a lot of damage. There are a lot of moves that are even 40 to 45 energy that are below the 70 damage of Leaf Blade, which is just ridiculous. But as you will see here, the opponent gonna swap out into the Clefable. Of course, we would like to have our Toxtricity against this, but we're gonna decide to sacrifice our own Ampharos trying to get the opponent low, but also going to try to get the opponent to swap out of here, which they don't do. And we are still going to be able to take a hit here. Swift is coming through, going to knock us out. And now it's down to Toxtricity to win the battle. We are still going to be locked in this matchup, which is not really ideal. And they swap onto the Feraligatr. And if I just wait out a little bit before swapping in, I would have been in a way better spot. So that was a mistake by me. But we can still kind of try to take advantage of the situation by catching the Hydro Cannon on to our Virizion, which is really important as it's going to allow us now to take the hit. We're going to try our best to go for that Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is coming through. This is going to be able to get the KO if they're going to let the move go through. But of course, I decided to use a shield as I still had 2 shields left. No, it's only 1. Now it's going to be time for Toxtricity to shine, as we're going to be able to get the power punched up. And this means we're going to have guaranteed a +1 attack stat for the rest of this battle, which is great. We're going to use a shield here against the Hydro Cannon, which would guarantee knock us out. But as you will see here, the opponent's health is already low enough that we're going to be able to fully farm them down in time as well. And here I was thinking maybe this was a wrong play of going for the power punch against the Clefable, because I still got to move anyway. And I should have just went for the full farm down, went for a charge move then against the opponent's Vertigan and would have won. But I'm still going to be able to win here, but this was not perfectly played by me. So, next opponent, Horrible Elite Force. We're going to swap out straight away into our Ampharos, which cannot really damage the opponent at all. But this is going to be okay. We're going to be able to let the move go through. Or we're actually going to use a shield here against a Trailblaze. Maybe we should have let the move go through. I was a bit scared of a Crunch. Crunch doesn't make too much sense in this meta. I could see people even running Flamethrower over it, because there are so many Dark and Fighting type Pokemon there as well currently around, that it's very difficult to run, especially Dark type Pokemon of course, to run Dark type charge moves like Crunch. You rather would have to get some kind of type coverage here. But as you will see, the opponent is going to go for a charge move, and they decide to go for the Flamethrower. Doing some massive damage, being super effective and +1, makes it definitely not easy to deal with it. But as we will see here, there's going to be a mana burst coming in. We're going to be able to go for the bait first here. This bait is mainly for getting the attack boost, because I have to kind of one-shot the opponent here, otherwise I'm going to be in big trouble. As we will see, the opponent is going to use, they're going to go for the Area Ace. We're going to be able to use a shield. As we will see as well, I'm going to have 2 wild charges stored now. This first one guarantees the KO here as well against the opponent. Goodbye mana burst, and let's see what's going to be in the back. It's going to be a Miltank. That's going to be a bit of a tricky one. So we're going to try to catch, which does not work out. But they decide to go for a charge move, knocking us out. So can we somehow win with a Toxicity? We needed 1 more fast move to win the battle, which we still get through somehow. That's going to be it for this battle, and we can move on now to the next opponent. Let's see who we're going to have here. We're going to have a 9-hits in the lead. This is kind of annoying. We saw it before already. We had 9-hits double ground against us before, which if we're going to take a look at the team, yeah, that is basically the worst possible matchup that you could imagine. But yeah, anyway, the opponent is going to stay in here with a 9-hits, kind of getting rid of this Pokemon, sacrificing it for getting a lot of Volt Splash damage in here. But as we'll see, we're going to get into our Toxtricity, we're going to get a ton of energy, and they swap out into the Tentacruel. What do we do here now? We're going to decide to go ahead and go for the big Wild Charge against the opponent. This is going to get shielded, but do they shield another move as well is going to be the question. As we will see here, the opponent is going to go for their own charge move. It's going to be that, I think it was the Acid Spray, and that's going to be a bit annoying that we decided to use a shield here. But as we're going to see here, we're going to be able to go for a Wild Charge. We can go for another shield afterwards, which is going to be a bit more useful because it's going to be a Scald here as well. We can go for the Wild Charge. This is going to be enough to take the KO from the opponent. And as we will see here, we're going to have now, sadly, a hard counter in the back. And so it's kind of sad. Again, like kind of hard countered here, which is fine. Good game to the opponent. Like, there's not a lot that I can do here. Even if it's Stone Edge, I don't think I would have really had a chance of doing anything here. Stone Edge, yeah, would be kind of nice, but it's not gonna knock them out, I think. And so, I don't know, it is what it is anyway. As we will see, the opponent is going to be able to go for a charge move here, and we just gonna move on to the next opponent, as we are gonna sadly go down here with the Toxtricity. So, the next opponent, let's see who we're going to have. Here we're going to have a Auroras in lead. Perfect lead Force. That's going to be great. We see the swap out into the Golisopod, as we can now try our best with the say-swap of the Emperors. Emperor is going to be a bit more versatile. What this means is you're going to have options to just have like a little bit of a better coverage move there on those Pokemon. But as you see here, we're going to have the Trailblaze coming through. We're going to try our best to go for the full farm down, but actually going to go still for another charge move here as well. It's going to be the Brutal Swing. It's definitely going to take the knockout. But the opponent decides to go for a shield, allowing us here to keep alignment, and alignment is so key here. Alignment is going to be very, very important. As we will see the Auroras coming in here, we're going to swap out into the Verizia, and we're going to try to go ahead and go for those big hits with Sacred Sword, doing a ton of damage against them. They decided to go for another charge move here as well, which is fine. And as we will see, they're going to swap out here very likely directly afterwards. It's going to be Gastort, which we're going to be able to, take quite a lot of advantage of, because we're going to have so much damage coming through here. At this point, we're going to be an immediate unlosable spot, I would say. As we will see the Sacred Sword coming through, the opponent's going to be super, super low, to the point where Toxtricity is going to have a field day. We're going to just be able to go ahead, swap this Pokemon in, go for the farm down, and win the battle, as the opponent has nowhere to go with their Auroras. Final battle for the day. We're going to have a horrible lead. We're going to swap out into the Emperors. We're going to get out the Licky. Can we somehow realign? Like, if you want to play this team at home as well, this might be the most important matchup for this team, is the Emperors matchup. If you can realign yourself and you have like matchups like we just saw as well with the Clefable, it is just very, very nice to have your Toxtricity aligned correctly. And if you can assure this by basically boosting yourself with this Pokemon here and just kind of gonna try to play it out in the neutral scenario, then you're going to have a way easier time anyway. As you all see here, Burst Wing is coming through. The boost definitely going to help there as well. I don't get, oh wait, I do get another move, and here I make a mistake. I would have been better to go for Trailblaze. Trailblaze does, I think, 5 more damage than the Brutal Swing, but we don't get alignment. But what we get is 2 shield advantage, which I guess is nearly the same anyway as the charge move coming through from the opponent. I'm not too worried about whatever's going to happen there. Why I mean this, like, it's basically the same anyway, is because you're going to definitely enjoy a little bit of a shield advantage with the Pokemon that you have in the back with Toxtricity. So, as we will see here, we're going to be able to get the opponent kind of low. And now it's down to my final Pokemon. We decided to let the move go through. It's going to be a Crunch as well. And we're going to try to even go for another charge move. I think that's going to be fine here. This is going to be enough to take them out. And in comes now, the Toxicity afterwards. Let's see what the Toxicity going to be able to do. A lot, hopefully, against the Clefable. As we will see here, we still have 2 shields. Now only 1 after this one, because we decided to use a shield here as well. And honestly, it is maybe the right call to just go straight for the Wild Charge. But here, we decided to not do this. We just decided to, just go ahead and now maybe try to go for the Wild Charge afterwards. It's a bit of a tricky scenario here. As we will see, we all have the Swift coming through. I'm very certain that the next one here is going to be somewhere where we might need to get another charge move. It's going to be the Licky again. We decided to go for a shield here. We still have all of the moves available there as well. We have the Wild Charge coming through. We're going to take the knockout, and with this, it's going to be a good game. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and check out the other videos on the screen, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.